This is Seahawks Stories, 50th Season Edition, presented by Emerald City Athletics.
Seahawks Stories 50th Season Edition is brought to you by Sony, the official headphones of the Seattle Seahawks. Joining me now, Justin Britt, former offensive lineman, 2014 to 19. Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, they paid me for the 2021 season, so I was in Seattle for 7 years.
Why didn't you want to talk to me during those 7 years?
Well, I think I tried to just hide behind my helmet and do my job. And, there was some media personnel I think I didn't like, so I just collectively just put them in a category of, I'm going to just handle my job. No, you weren't in that.
Do you see my face right now? Because I was really hoping I'm not in the group. You know what? I say that in all honesty, Justin, because it is so cool to follow you and what you have done since leaving the game. And I think that what you have done since leaving football actually gives you some really cool perspective on what you accomplished and what the league was like. What comes to mind when you think about your time with the Seahawks? What's the first memory? Who's the first teammate? What's the first word that comes to mind?
Well, our time in Seattle was like a movie. And looking back, like instantly all the emotions just kind of overwhelming. The first person, probably Michael Bennett. First time I saw him, he walked in the locker room and said, "Hey, white boy, I got to go downtown. They don't like my skin." He's like, "Let me borrow yours." And I was like, "What do you want me to say? Like, I'll give it to you if you want it, but I don't think that's how it works." And he's like, "Nah, I'm kidding." And he walks away, and I'm like, "What's happening?" And that kind of gave me the first glimpse of just all the personalities that were in the room.
Okay, so after Seattle, you go to Houston. With that story in mind, do you think that Seattle was unique to the NFL, or do you think that every team has its own sort of mix of characters?
Well, everybody who came to Seattle from another team, they always said, "Don't leave, stay here as long as possible." I honestly think it had to do a lot with Pete and his personality, because you can already kind of see it out in Vegas through minicamp and whatnot. But he definitely had the foundation here to use it. But I think just his energy kind of gave the team that we had, the glue, if you will.
One of the stories we have not told in talking about 50 seasons of the Seahawks is what it was like to be on the second of the Super Bowl, back-to-back Super Bowl teams.
My rookie year.
So it's your rookie year. Seattle's coming off a ton of success. You're a rookie. You're plopped into the middle of this. Is it stressful, or do you just not know kind of the alternative in the NFL?
Well, I think like starting at the draft, like they said I was going to be, fourth to late round to undrafted. And I kind of listened to it, and it kind of became like the expectations. But then, I remember Seattle got like 3 extra picks in the 4th round that year. And I looked at my dad and I was like, "That's where I'm going to go." And he's like, "It's a good chance." And then whenever they called me and they were like, "We're going to take you in the 2nd round," I was like, "Get out of here." I was like, "Let's go." So I showed up and they were like, "You're going to compete at right tackle." And I just, clawed my way and found momentum every day and made the decision. I was like, this is going to be my job. And so after my rookie year, I sleeved out and that started the whole tattoo tour. But no, it was, not any more stressful. It was stressful at first to kind of pick up the speed and learn the playbook. Shout out to Lemuel Jean-Pierre for teaching me the playbook in about 2 weeks. But I think whenever I knew everyone's job, I just kind of got comfortable and found peace, and it slowed down for me. And like I said, like my rookie year started the movie feeling, because who would have thought, like my only offer was Mizzou, went there, and then you just hear all this talk. It's like I lived in the shadows which is fine. You know, that's the offensive lineman's like, you sign up for that. And so, you know, just to join the team after watching Richard be like, don't you talk about me. And they'd be like, that's my teammate. And Marshawn just FaceTimed me yesterday. And so it's like just to have all these friendships just instantly built is pretty crazy. And then I actually missed the NFC West championship game with a partially torn patella tendon. And then 2 weeks later, I came back on it. No surgery. You're welcome. And I feel like the Super Bowl, I played the best I did my rookie year. And, you know, it's like I could still hear the past going by. But before you ask, like, I broke the huddle. There's no doubt. You know what I mean? So.
Wait a minute. That time out. You break the huddle. There's no doubt in what?
That we're going to score.
Okay. There's no doubt that you're going to score via pass play, a run play, or in general.
I'm a rookie, so whatever they call. But you can't say that we didn't score on quick passes all season. So, you know, I think Brandon Browner played a role. You know, like he might have seen it once or twice. But you know, there's obviously an argument there. But
well,
you can't go back.
But this is a good thing to discuss, right? We all know BB. We know how well he knew that Seahawks team. That is not a play that was run very often, if at all. So do you think he knew the play or the personnel?
I don't know. I was a rookie lineman. I don't know how to play wide receiver and all that. I'm not an OC. I just block. And I blocked really well on that play.
So what was your level of surprise that it ended the way it did?
Well, I was looking for a flag. I was like, this is not the way the movie ends. But then it was, and I found out really quickly how hard it is to even get there. So, you know, like, I didn't get to win one, so I'm like, heck yeah, like, I went to the Super Bowl. Like, I lost, but, like, go watch it. I played pretty good. So, and I got to play against, you know, like, Tom Brady, Vince Wilfork, and which was the task in itself. But it was fun, and it's like, here we are. I'm 34. I'm a runner now. And it's like, they're like, you used to play football? I'm like, yeah, somehow. And so, but I did just see Pete in Vegas, and I told him I'm not officially retired. Never sent in anything. So if anyone needs a tight end that's a blocking tight end, minimum vet deal. I don't
you
even. You
changed positions?
You don't even have to throw me the ball. Okay. I want number 86. No, 89, because that's 68 upside down. And we'll just roll. Throw that out there.
Wow, this turned into a conversation I was not expecting with you becoming a tight end.
Well, I mean, I can't block the big guys no more.
You are petite compared to your playing.
Thank you.
Your first round playing days. Because if you come back again, right, it'll be your second round playing days. Yeah. Locker room after that Seahawks loss. I have searched for words to describe it. Gut-wrenching. It's the only thing I can think of. What were the conversations in the locker room after that Super Bowl loss?
Oh, I didn't talk to anybody. I think I might have said like 5 words to Sweezy, but like I was pushing it there. So it didn't really hit me until I got on the bus and we were all quiet. I was like, damn, you know? But obviously there was a lot of emotions and left and right, but I was quiet. You know, again, I'm a rookie. I'm like, man, that sucks.
Yeah, but you still have to talk about it because I remember getting on the bus. So I wasn't on your bus. I was like on the media bus afterwards. I remember getting on the bus. I remember going to the team hotel and just FYI party peeps, you have a party win or lose because you don't know what the outcome of the game is going to be. So the party at the hotel is already planned. And the last thing you want to do is go and party. And then you're thinking, well, this sucks to sit in my hotel room. So I'm just going to go and have a couple of drinks and I'm going to have some food and I'm going to do whatever. But then you realize.
See Snoop Dogg is performing.
You see Snoop. It was actually, Snoop was awesome.
I'm not sad anymore.
He was the best person that could have performed there. Do you remember that?
I came from Lebanon, Missouri, so I was like, that's pretty cool.
That was cool. Yeah, it was super cool. And then the next day you get on the bus to go back to the airport to come to Seattle, and you realize your phone is being blown up.
I think that next morning was the saddest.
It was the worst.
I've ever seen such a group of men.
It was awful. But then you're also like, I'm fielding text messages from TV and radio stations who want me to talk about it. And I'm like, first of all, I don't want to. Secondly, I just don't want to. I can't imagine what your text messages and phone calls from families and friends look like. Like, when did you finally return those messages?
I think there was a handful I didn't return. I think I was pretty selective because it was probably, I don't really remember, but I remember it being like pretty repetitive. So it's probably like, why'd you throw it? Why didn't you run it? You have Marshawn, you should have gave it to him. You know what everyone in the world has said. But again, I was a rookie, right tackle. No one wanted to talk to me after the game, media-wise, so I was okay.
I might have tried to talk.
She definitely didn't get that interview.
I definitely did not. I promise you, I did not. Seahawks Stories 50th Season Edition is presented by Emerald City Athletics. This NFL season, feel every play, every hit, every moment with Sony 1000 XM5 noise-canceling headphones, the official headphones of the Seattle Seahawks. With premium noise cancellation, you are in the zone. No distractions, just pure football. Whether you are in your living room or on the go, you will never miss a beat with Sony headphones. You talked about facing Vince Wilfork in the Super Bowl. Division opponent that caused you the most angst or the biggest challenge during a game was?
Boy, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say his name.
Well, now there's so much intrigue around it.
No, I mean, everyone knows I don't like Mr. Donald, but he was really good, and it was fun to play him twice a year.
Is it really fun to play against him twice a year?
It was. I thought I played pretty well against him, and we always had a pretty good game plan. And I used to wrestle, so that mentality of like, let's be scrappy. And so whenever I showed up, and at the time it was like the Rams with like Chris Long and Michael Brockers. And they showed all the film. I'm like, this is exciting. This is fun. But then you learn like the whole NFC West is like that, and you're like, awesome. And so, and like my mentor was like J.R. Sweezy, so that just like heightened it. And so whenever Aaron Donald made a really good name for himself, and he came in, and I'm like, this guy's a temper issue. I was like, I'm gonna push the button, and I was like, if he wants to go, we'll go. But as you saw, all he wants to do is grab face mask. So that'd be a fun celebrity match.
Oh, wait, what kind of celebrity match are we talking about?
I don't know, like dart throwing or something.
Okay. That's what we're going to do as a celebrity match. Your first interaction with Marshawn Lynch was what?
I don't remember the first time meeting Marshawn. He was probably walking out to practice a little late, and I'm like, dang, that's Marshawn. But then, like I said, he FaceTimed me the other day and asked how my redheads were. He always came to my kids' birthday parties, and he came to Spokane when I did a youth camp, and I like ran in Spokane, did the 800 meter at the podium in Spokane. And people brought Marshawn up in my camp, and they were like, my kid still talks about it. He had them out there like doing board drills with no pads on. I was like, Marshawn, you're gonna get me in trouble. But they loved it, and it was raining. It was a perfect day. So I tell everyone Marshawn was always one of the best teammates I came across. So.
That's a great story that most people don't know about Marshawn, because he, like you, was actually pretty quiet.
Well, he wouldn't tell you this. But.
No, he wouldn't. Legion of Boom, every day in practice. What were those battles like?
I was a lineman. I didn't have to go against him.
Yeah, but you had to hear him.
But there was this one time I stumbled, trying to block a linebacker in my rookie year, and I almost fell, but I gathered my feet and I came to, and I look up, and Cam Chance was staring at me with his dark visor. He's like, "Ooh, you got lucky." He's like, "I would have murdered you." And I was like, "I appreciate you." I was like, "Don't hit me." But no, I didn't. I think I bonded with them the most because I didn't have to go against them at all. So it was like,
Oh, so it was, yeah. You're like, you're never going to hit me. I'm never going to hit you.
yeah.
Bobby, KJ, you didn't bond with them.
No, it was cool. I bonded with pretty much everyone. I just I tried to show up to work and be nice to everyone, and I feel like I talked to a lot of people. So it was cool playing Bobby whenever I was in Houston, and I tried to cut him and I missed, and he looked at me and I was like, I was close. But no, he's pretty good.
The fact that you've told so many stories about former teammates, whether they're still in touch or you playing against them after you left Seattle, to me, that just solidifies how awesome the organization and the team was. Truly how close you guys were, that you never fell out of touch.
Well, I was fortunate too to play almost 2 deals here. So, you know, you're here for that long. Like, I lived in Seattle longer than my hometown. So it's like, you just, like, all these emotions and these relationships inside the building and throughout the city. It just doesn't go away. So, and I keep finding myself coming back to the Pacific Northwest. So, maybe we'll end up here at some point in our life. So
That would be very cool.
that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
It would be. Last question from me. Outside of the Super Bowl, what's the story you tell most often about your time in Seattle?
I don't know, but like football was cool, but when I think about Seattle, it's like this is where like my family like really like started and flourished, and so I think that's what ties my emotions here the most. And like football, it like was like a dream that like became the norm and just seemed like a job. And so like after my rookie year and then trying to go back the second year, and then like you're starting to rebuild and all that stuff, you just somewhere along the way you're like, we're not gonna make it, and it's like I'm gonna try my ass off, but like I'm gonna like start to enjoy my life a little bit. And so I don't know, is like everything. And it's like people just start asking questions, like you asked me questions about this or that, and it just like sparks up a new thought or a new idea. But I mean, in the retired life, having 4 kids and the animals we got, it's like every day is a handful. It's a blessing, but there's a lot going on. So you know, it's cool to slow down and think about it and talk about it, but it's crazy how fast things go. So like with the kids, I'm watching my 1-year-old go through all these stages for the last time, maybe, and I'm like I'm gonna enjoy it a little bit more. And so I don't know, the past is in the past, and it's like I'm trying to enjoy the moments, and I think that's what running has taught me, is like you just enjoy the run you're in, and like the process of like from start to finish, like what goes on in between is kind of the cool part.
It is really cool that you shared those stories with us today. Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome.
And this is a special edition of Seahawks Stories 50th season. Thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.